good evening, everyone. How are you doing? How are you feeling after the writing retreat? Let us know in the comments. I have some wonderful co-hosts with me. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and then I will let you guys know what we're going to be doing. Yes, there will be a dance party at the end. Ashley will go around clockwise.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Ashley B Pedigo. I am a writer for children and young adults, and you can find me over on Twitch at Ashley B Pedigo, and Instagram. And I am a person who has way too many projects, and currently my project is sock making. So, and that's what's going on over here. Is just lots of socks. Shay, your turn.
I am intrigued by the sock making.
I know.
have so many questions. We must talk.
Yes.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kashay. My channel is Shay with the Hobbies. I am a multi-genre short story poetry writer, and I stream on both YouTube and Twitch.
Okay, hi, I am Barrett Laurie. On my channel, I talk about my journey to becoming a traditionally published kidlit author, also like Ashley. But I stay on the tubes. I'm afraid of the Twitch. So you can catch me second Thursday of every month is Critique Group Live. I co-host with Charliee and with Nia on the 22nd of January for Authortubers React. And I feel like I do some other shows, but I'm forgetting them right now. And then I have an interview coming up this Thursday with Lisa Phipps, the author of Starfish. So I can't even wait. I'm so excited.
So cool.
I know. I'm beyond excited to have her on. So we're talking Thursday. So I do interviews with others. Yes, I'm so happy about it.
So
Okay.
cool.
Oh, I'm obsessed with it. So yeah. Anyway, she's coming on Thursday. So that's me and what I do. So hi, everybody.
Hi, and then my name is Charliee, and I am an author-tuber here on YouTube. Like Barrett, I do not go on Twitch, but I like pop in on people who do Twitch, and I post videos about writing and journaling and occasionally crocheting. And yeah, I'm almost at 400 subscribers. I'm like 7 subscribers away. So like,
Charliee is linked below,
Yeah.
guys. If you're here, go.
Subscribe.
Just right click, open up the tab, subscribe. We're going to get you there, Charliee. And I am Nia, the Vixen of Fiction here on YouTube. I'm also Vixen of Fiction on Twitch and the Vixen of Fiction on Instagram. I write historical fiction, sci-fi, and fantasy, and I'm working on a comic because it's fun and I love to do it. And I occasionally will do writing sprints on my YouTube and Twitch channel, and I also host a couple of shows where it's just author-tubers and fellow writers talking about all of the things. So next Saturday we'll be doing Author-tubers React, and then Sunday we are going to do our first adaptation show. Come in on Sunday. It's going to be around noon. We're solidifying on the time, and help us find a name for this group thing that we're doing, and join us anytime. And if you ever want to join me on one of the shows that we do, the Author-tubers React, or on the adaptations, hit me up. Seriously, just message me. Everybody's like, I'm scared to ask, and when I ask, they're like, yes. But yeah, seriously, just ask. If we're reviewing something that you're interested in and you want to come on, just let me know. I'd love to have you. So that is what I do. So we just did a writer's retreat. This is the last wellness session. So what we're going to talk about, and then at the end, we'll have a dance party if you're into dancing. But we're going to talk about how we regroup, celebrate after we accomplish something. So a lot of times, and I found this with my daughter, I've had to teach her to have a rest day. And I told her, no matter what, every couple of weeks, you plan a day where you don't do anything, because she's a go-getter. She's in college. She's trying to get that 4.0. She's in all kinds of activities, and she's doing volunteer work. She's doing all of the things. But she doesn't take time to decompress, and she was starting to get burnt out. And so when she was living with me, I planned those for all of my kids. We had either a whole day or at least a half a day where even if their rooms were messy, I didn't ask them to clean up. It was their time to do whatever they wanted to do because they're doing schoolwork all week. They've got activities, even though the activities are fun, it's a lot of work. And then trying to get the good grades and trying to do all of the things that kids are trying to do, and staying on top of their chores. And then when they would start getting jobs, that would be just more things adding up. And if they didn't have those rest days, I didn't want to have those cranky kids. And I never did. I never had those cranky kids that were running around slamming the doors, because I always gave them time to themselves to find that thing that whatever it is, you just do that. And when my daughter went to college, she wasn't doing that for herself. And I realized she wasn't. I'm like, when's the last time you took a break? And she's like, a break? I don't have time for a break. I've got da-da-da-da-da. I said, you schedule that break in just like you schedule everything else. And I said, during that time, you do whatever you need to do. She said, but I've got to clean. I said, you clean before. She's like, do you ever notice why when we go on vacation or anything like that, why I clean up?
Oh, thanks.
We clean up before. That way, when it's our relaxed time, we don't have to worry about it. So I wanted to talk to everybody about what are some of those things that you do after you've done the big thing, after you've accomplished the thing that you've been working really hard to, or do you just go from boom, 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 one thing to the next without taking those breaks? And if you've done that, how has that affected you when that's happened? So anybody, we can go around robin, or if someone has something, they can just raise their hand and say. Go ahead, Shay. I see it.
So I was gonna say, definitely was very much like your daughter in college. And I think that if you see my channel, I talk about this all the time. The productivity mindset, I hate it because it tells us that we can't take care of ourselves because it's not a productive thing. That rest is not productive when actually it is, right? Like it's restorative. And so that was definitely me in college. I was a double major. I was like involved in all these things. So left, right, running. Now, for me, the biggest like breakdown is reading. Reading is when I can like take a step back and I'm not focusing on what I'm doing. I'm not focusing on my words. I'm not focusing on what I didn't accomplish during whatever the big weekend was, or things like that, because I'm the type of person that whenever there's a big weekend or something I'm big focused on, no matter how good I do, I'm always looking at what I didn't do. And that can be a very like dangerous precedent to put yourself in. So for me, it's definitely I'll read. It's whatever I can do to fill my creative. I'll watch movies. I'll watch because whatever it is, I need to reframe my focus for just a little bit. Like it doesn't have to be super long or anything like that. So yeah.
Oh, Barrett, you're muted.
Is this round robin? Are we doing round robin, or did I miss it? No,
go ahead. You can go ahead, Barrett.
All I was going to say was yes to the breaks. After I finish something, I usually acknowledge my husband for the first time in like a month. And I'm like, oh, hey, good to see you. Glad you're still here. And then I usually like do all the things I haven't done for a month, like shower on a regular basis, do laundry at like a pace that normal people do, like that kind of stuff. And then I'll be like, ooh, Netflix queue for like 3 days, 4 days, and then get back to whatever the next thing is going to be. So mine's pretty simple. Boring, but that's mine.
No, there's no boring. It's like whatever it is that's that thing that you need to recharge. No such thing as boring. Mine is very boring too, but we'll get to mine. Charliee, when it's
Sure. So during the month of October, November, and December, I basically took like a pause from YouTube and Instagram because I was like so busy. So for me, YouTube and getting back into Instagram was the way I rewarded myself. I think the day of my last exam, I live streamed. And that was I am done, so I'm going to celebrate. And then there's also like, I too hate the word. I have a love-hate relationship with productivity because I love it because it is the only thing that keeps me motivated, but then it's also like the thing that demotivates me. So I just say that everything technically is productive. If I haven't crocheted in a month, then I'm going to do crocheting, and that's going to be productive because I haven't done crocheting in a month. So that's the way I tend to look at that stuff. And I have celebrated by doing arts and crafts, but it's also kind of like my end of day routine where I sit down and I give myself like 5 minutes just to like totally become brain mush. And that I find is relaxing. But it also helps that I schedule like a night routine, because if I get too tired, then nothing, not even relaxation will happen. So, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's one of the reasons why I wish I could day nap, but something in my brain will not let me lay down and sleep during the day. But when I need those like actual rest, and it's the middle of the day, I'll schedule a time where I can just lay down in bed and I'll do an audiobook. That way I can close my eyes and my brain is telling myself that, see, we're still being productive, because I was very much like Shay and very much like my daughter. It's my older daughter who actually calls herself the mini me, even though the younger one sometimes is more like me also. But in this way, just like always going, never taking a break. Even if I would get the grades or get whatever, I never stopped to breathe, and at one point I left in the middle of a semester of college because I was like, all of a sudden it just hit me like, I just want to stop, and so I just did. And it was like, that wasn't great. And I learned very quickly after that not to let that happen again. And so that's why after I had my kids, that's actually how I was raising them. And people think, but they're kids, they play all the time. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. They actually have things that they need to do. And as they get older, more and more things pile on top of that. So not everybody has that ingrained in them, that taking time for yourself is okay. Because I wasn't raised that taking time for yourself was okay. And I think a lot of, in my parents' generation, they weren't either. So they didn't know to teach it. And I think that now it's more acceptable and understandable to take that time, but it's still hard for some of us who weren't raised that way. It's still really, really hard sometimes because you feel like, but I need to be doing all of these other things, So what I wanted to do is, at the end of the stream, guys, find something that you want to do. If you want to do the dance to the music, I want you to dance to the music. Go ahead. But think about something that you have immediately with you, something that you want, something that you want to do that you didn't get a chance to do, not something that you have to do for work, or that you have to do for writing, unless it's something that you really wanted to do for writing and you didn't get to. But it needs to be something that you just want to do, something that you're going to really enjoy. So when we do our dance party for the last we're going to do a 15-minute dance party, that's what I want you to do. Don't worry about anything else. Don't worry about anything that needs to get done. So right now, be thinking about what that thing is. And you guys can, if you could let me know in the chat, what are some of the things that you do to relax and unwind? I have very crafty people on here with me today. Because they have so many really, really cool things that they do, from photography to knitting. I think they all knit. I wish I could knit. I can braid yarn, but I can't.
For sure crochet.
Crochet.
I know that.
Yeah, they crochet. But I can't do anything that uses a needle. I don't know why I get lost, but like, I braid blankets with my daughter. I don't know why that works for me. So that's what I do. But because I'm a fitness instructor, a lot of times people are like, my friends will be like, let's go out and go. I'm like, that's not relaxing to me. I understand that it's fun, but I'm listening for my job. I listen to loud music and I'm moving and burning a ton of calories for my job. So they're like, you really just want to, I go to the beach and I'm reading a book and everybody's running around playing volleyball. And I'm like, yes, you guys go do the volleyball. I'm going to sit here with a book. This is fun for me.
Yeah.
And my kids used to be like, Mom, are you sure you're having a time? I'm like, I'm having a blast watching you guys play and run around at the beach while I sit here and read this book, because this is what my body is telling me that I need.
You know what? Strangely enough, one thing that I have so much trouble doing during the semester is actually just sitting down to enjoy reading. It is so difficult for me.
Yep.
And I feel like I have to be like outside somewhere to like relax and read, but it's also minus 16 degrees Celsius, so we're not going to do that.
Yeah, Canada.
But yeah.
So what are some of the crafty things that you guys do when it's just relax time?
That's a long list.
They will have a bunch.
I'm about to say I crochet, color. Last week I did my nails. It's all legitimately whatever is creating and not writing, like that.
Yeah.
Whatever creating I can do that is not writing is what I'll do. Like I'll go out and take pictures. I'll play on my guitar. Like anything.
I have a question for Shay actually. Do you do like acrylic nails at home, or do you do like just like paint your nails at home?
So I'll paint them, but I also do press-ons. So I want to learn to do acrylics just to like learn and have the skill. But if I wanted to do one for myself, it would be gel, just because acrylic is so bad for like my nail beds. But like I love watching the videos and learning. And like over the summer, I got like mannequin heads, so I could learn how to like French braid and do different designs. So like
that's cool.
I know how to do my hair now, at least like braid it, and that's like one thing that I've learned and I'll do now. But like I want to be able to be creative with the way I do it. So like hair and nails are two things that I'm like learning, but not like fully there. So right now it's just that's all it is right now.
I don't know where it is. I think sometimes when I try and list all my hobbies, I have so many of them, and I think really what my hobby actually is learning new things. It's like last year around this time, I learned how to make paper, and I still do it. And I really like it. And then this winter I learned embroidery, and I was really into that, and I still do it. But the thing that was fun was the learning of it. And then like right now I'm learning how to knit socks. And because my hobby is learning how to do new things, right?
I like that too.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. My toddler came in here, yelled that he needed his blue base, and then left the door open. So I'm going to go close it, and might be rude and lock my family out, because they have... That's how I'm going to practice some wellness and self-care in this moment, is by very kindly locking the door for the next 40 minutes. So I'll be right back.
There you go.
Where's my friends?
Be sure and subscribe to Ashley below, friends.
Yeah.
Go to Twitch and follow so she can lock those kids out once a week. You can go write with her and get that done.
Yes, she's so much fun to write with.
All of Charlie's crafty videos with does bullet journal count as crafting, kind of? Because it looks very crafty to me when you're doing the videos.
I would say I think I take it as crafts.
So, I mean, I don't do that, but I love watching Charlie do it. Does that count as like a crafty thing, just like watching someone else?
I think so. If you're enjoying it and you're getting something from it, then I count it. It's just like when we go down a Pinterest rabbit hole or something like that. How fun is that? But technically you're not getting anything done, but your brain is engaged. You're enjoying that. But when we're trying to be writing, we're like, oh, this is a bad thing. But if you schedule some time where it doesn't matter, you're like, go down all the rabbit holes, look at all of the random pictures and cat memes and all of the things because you've scheduled this time that it doesn't matter what happens because it's your time to do whatever.
The best way, though, out of everything that I find like makes me relaxed, which is like really hard, is just like to laugh. If I can get one really good like full belly laugh, then I feel so relaxed for at least the next half hour before I realize I should be doing something else.
Okay, that's good to know. Now there's like a new mission for every episode of the authors react from now on. Authortubers react.
Get a good laugh.
Get Charliee to laugh every time.
Oh, we're so glad that you're here, Gwenna.
Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome to the
Genuinely
community.
welcome.
Yes.
One thing I love about doing things like this is when we get to meet new people and people who have been, like I was for so long, just on the sidelines watching, finally get to decide, yeah, okay, let me hop into the chat and say hey, and boom.
Yeah.
You made a whole lot of new friends.
Yes.
Barrett, you said you write for kiddos. Did you do author mentor match?
I did not. I've never done it. I've not had a story done like and ready at the right time.
Yeah.
To do it. So like I'm drafting now, but I am watching. So did both of you submit? Charliee and Ashley, did both of you submit?
I submitted.
I did too.
Yay!
Congratulations.
So I submitted for middle grade. And did you do young adult or adult
Young
or
adult,
middle
Charliee?
grade?
I did young adult.
That's what I thought.
Okay, that's wonderful. Yeah. So when do you guys hear? I know there's stuff going on Twitter now.
February.
Oh my gosh, you have to wait. Okay.
So what I was gonna say, because author mentor match just ended, and like doing the submission process felt like afterwards you almost needed to like close that stress cycle, even though all you did was hit submit. So I was going to ask what you did, but Charliee, what did you do to like celebrate the end of just doing the thing and turning it in?
Well, funny story. on January like 10th, I was like, oh, what is AMA or AMM? And I was like, oh, cool, this is happening in 2 days. And I was like, well, I wrote a query and a synopsis yesterday, so I'm just going to not do any work today to look at my query and synopsis so I can just hand it in. And then I binge watched a bunch of YouTube videos on it, stalked the Twitters and the mentor website, and that took about like a full day. And then I submitted, and then I realized that I shouldn't have been on author mentor match because I had a test to study for.
Oh no!
So to celebrate my writing of my test, I did author mentor match, and so I just kind of like inverted the two.
I love it.
I mean, you did the thing.
Yeah.
Yep. I loved it.
What did you do, Ashley? What was your big other than locking the kids out and taking
oh boy. So right after I submitted author mentor match, I had a sick kid at home. I had a lot of things going on. So it felt like it wasn't until yesterday where I got to be like, and release. And what I did was I like to make my own pasta. And my kiddo, who hadn't eaten since like Tuesday, was like, can I have some mom pasta? So I was like, absolutely, yes. So I did the handmade, knead it out yourself.
Wow.
And
oh my God.
I think anytime you do like a stressful brain thing, you should do a body thing. It doesn't have to be like a big body thing. It could be crocheting or knitting or kneading. Something that has a lot of repetitive motion feels really good for my brain. Walking
is good.
Just saying, if you don't follow Ashley on Instagram, that's where she posts all her photos.
I do. I need to go look though, because clearly I missed the food photo.
I did in my stories. I was like, hey, let's make pasta.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It looks so good. But like, if I did that, I'd probably have a meltdown because I have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, but that's the thing
Yeah.
is like a couple of years ago, neither did I, but I was like, that looks like fun. I'm going to try and do it. And at first we tried to do it. We rolled it out by hand. And then eventually we did get one of the pasta cutters.
Oh my gosh, you rolled
Yeah.
out each individual noodle
listen.
by hand?
Ricky
You
and I
roll
are
it out
both-
in like a sheet and then you just
cut it.
Yeah,
Cut it.
that's way too much.
Okay.
But again, Ricky and I are both available for adoption. If you're looking for like middle-aged gay
I was
men,
about to
clean.
say, like, are you holding a retreat in which you teach?
Yeah, I'm like, where
Yeah, come
are
on
you?
down.
Because
Come
if
on
I
down.
need to submit a registration fee, you're going to
I
Yeah.
see.
I feel like
You had me at
get
pasta.
our lives together, and I'm supposed to.
Anytime y'all are in the area, I will feed you.
I mean, listen, you do not have to tell me twice. That's all I'm
Good.
saying.
Come on.
I love
Now
what
that
Moon
you've said it.
what Moon said about the querying cycle, because I do think the querying thing is similar. Like, I do think when
Yes.
you come out of the query trenches, or you finish an R&R, or even if you just decide like, hey, this book isn't the one, there is like a moment where you kind of have to do the same thing, even if it's not a happy ending. It's like you still need to like do something else, like give yourself some time to like get over the thing.
Very
Oh,
true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I'm so sorry. I'm having such a hard time finding the comments because
Oh
there's
no, that's
so
okay.
many.
Y'all
You're
are
very
like here for it.
yes, and I'm
So
loving
many
it.
people have joined us. Hi, Azor. That's
Eva
Yes,
goes, "What's the
yes.
area? I'm hungry in areas."
oh my god.
Yeah,
This one.
that
Yeah.
Come on.
one.
Come on.
Yeah.
Like, come on
I'm just
down.
I have somebody
Eating.
said about making ravioli and you have to manufacture each individual noodle. You don't. You just
What?
make one long sheet. You
And
plop
then-
down your filling and then you put a second sheet on top and then you can cut it
Cut
out.
between.
So it's not as stressful. We did pumpkin ravioli last year for like a home date. And it was a
Listen.
lot of work, but it was really fun.
I still remember the stream where Nia introduced me to what an air fryer was. And it's like still in the back of my head.
How did
I'm
you not know
telling
what an
you.
air fryer was?
Magic.
Charlie, what level of innocent are you living on to not have had an
So
air fryer?
innocent.
I'm telling you, my YouTube watch
Has-
history contains videos about animals and journaling and now Authortube. And that's basically
I love it.
it.
And air fryer recipes now.
And air fryer recipes.
Pierogies air fried, you won't ever go back. Trust me.
Oh,
Interesting.
Yeah,
yes.
I know you're Canadian, so trust me on that.
But yeah, speaking of which, one thing that I do find really nice to relax with is food. I'm just saying,
Same.
like
Same.
comfort food. I like will try out different things near me. There's this, okay, yes, I do have it right next to my computer, but in my defense, it's like mocking me, so I just had to prepare myself to eat it later on. But it's this like little like Korean thing, and it's vegan.
Ooh.
It's
Awesome.
meat, but it's spicy, and I have no idea what it's called or what it is because it's like
But it's
not
yummy and
Korean?
it's a treat.
Korean, I think. But you can find it at TNT if you have a TNT, if that exists in the US.
I've
No.
never heard of
I
that
don't
other
know
than
what
it's
that is.
explosive.
It's a
So,
Chinese grocery store, and it's really
I
good.
do have
It's
those.
really spicy, but like you die because your mouth is on fire. So
Really selling it, Charlie. I may have you send me a picture so I can see if my Chinese grocery store has
Okay.
it. And then
but no,
I'll
like it's just fun to like try new foods.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
do- Same.
like making ravioli. That you don't have to
So
do.
I'm on the other spectrum of that. I do not like to try new foods for fun. I want some baked macaroni and cheese, just like grandma.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Like I got my go-tos. I will eat some shrimp fried rice every single day for the rest of my life. Or shrimp like I just got comfort food that I can eat every day for the rest of my life, and I would never complain. So I'm not brave like you, Charlie. Like
Do you make your comfort food?
so I don't know how to make pho, and I've heard that it takes hours. So no. I'll make me some macaroni and cheese in a heartbeat. Now that I won't make. I'll make some macaroni and cheese in a heartbeat. But other than that, I'll just go to the professionals. I will patronize those businesses. That's what I'll do.
Nice.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Devin.
That's me. I like my comfort foods too. It's very hard for me to try a new food, but I'll make everybody else try it first, and then I want to know exactly what's in it.
Me every time.
And I'm like,
Every
are you
time.
sure it doesn't have X in it? Are you
Right.
positive it doesn't? Because if it does, just tell
If
me.
it got tomatoes, I'm not eating it. I'm eating dogs, and I'm gonna be mad about it. So like, don't.
But
let me
you
be
enjoy
horrible.
it, and this is why I tell them. But you enjoy it. But yeah, I love my comfort foods, and my favorite comfort food I cannot make. Well, I can, but it takes a long time. So I have the people that love me make it for me, and that is lumpia. If you guys have been on my stream, I'm like, I've got the lumpia because someone who loves me has brought me lumpia. But I will make my own spaghetti. I will make my own enchiladas, and I do roll each enchilada individually because everybody likes theirs different. And me being the sensitive eater that I am, understand that everybody wants theirs made their way. So I will do that for everybody. So because some of my friends do like the enchilada casseroles. I'm like, no, everybody doesn't want all of that stuff.
Interesting.
So yes, I will spoil the family in that we all get it made exactly how we want it. You want it hot and spicy, extra jalapenos, whatever is your thing, it's going in your enchilada. So I love my comfort foods.
Me too.
My mom makes a lot of my comfort foods, and now she lives all the way across the country, so I have to make them.
You need to
My good Southern food, my mom makes it, and I'm just like sad.
Yeah.
I have never heard of lumpia before.
Oh, it's so good.
It's like a spring roll, right? Or kind of.
It's a Filipinos spring roll, and it's
So good.
so good, so good with the chili, with the red chili sauce. Oh my god!
Can y'all just like send me your favorite recipes that are for like beginners, like dumbed down? So,
I don't know if there's a lumpia for beginners because you have to roll it. You have to roll it. And that's the part right there.
Y'all, the way we now have a ramen spot in the college town I live in, except for the fact that they won't let you take your food to go. And I'm not sure anybody's restaurant right now.
No,
So,
not okay with that.
The way I got so excited, and then like my hopes just went down the drain. And
that is sad.
Sad.
We have in my area. We do have a lot of ramen places, and that's no exaggeration. It's like ramen, bubble tea, ramen, bubble tea, ramen, bubble tea, all in a row on both sides of the street. But ramen has gone up in price. Oh my gosh!
Yes,
it's like $40 to order ramen now.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That is insane. Nah, it's a no for me.
I want to learn how to make the eggs, the tea eggs.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I really like those, and I would
People
like
are
to learn
hot
how
for
to
it.
do that.
Yes.
Look at how nice and relaxing it is to talk about food.
I know. We're all like, yeah.
Let's talk about food.
Like,
Trying to
we're
text
so
this
happy
big
to be
spring
talking about
dinner.
food. Yes.
Like
So are you?
conversations are always food and like movies or like music or something else.
Yeah.
Because I feel like everyone can talk about those.
Oh yeah.
things.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And
I
nobody.
feel Portia's
can't go
comment
wrong.
hard. That's relatable. I'm a person who will go until burnout, then I will disappear. I'm learning not to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I relate to that. I know that feeling.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes.
that sounds real good.
So yes, I can relate to this so hard, especially in my younger years. I'm so much better at it now. It still gets me on occasion, but because I recognize the signs, that feeling, I'm like, oop, Nia, you have not had any time.
Mm-hmm.
You need to do the thing. You need to, and my family's so good about it too, because they're like, Mom, you do everything. I don't know how. Sometimes I'm like, I'm so lucky. My kids are so good. They love me so much, and I love them. So yeah, and also probably because they're almost all gone, I feel this way. Like I'm like, look at how much I love them. I'm almost an empty nester, so
they're not making you have to lock your bedroom door so that
I
you
used to
can
do
have a
that.
moment.
Yes,
They're not doing that anymore.
like, can I even use the bathroom? No,
Oh my
you can't do anything
goodness.
by yourself when you've got
No, you
when you've got
can't.
little kids. But enjoy it because you will miss it. So I always tell parents, like, I'm that parent when the kids are like acting up in the store. I'm just like, bless their hearts, you're gonna be fine. Like I don't
Yeah.
get mad because I'm like, you're gonna miss that one day. So enjoy it. Just enjoy all of it. Enjoy all of it.
I think also, just to go with Push's comment, just to say, I think it also depends like what your life is like, right? Because as a student, you have deadlines like exam periods. You can't really not burn out. You can't afford to like take a break in the middle of exam periods. I mean, I guess you could theoretically, but then you're weighing how much the exam means to you or how much you're like already prepared or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I
it's
think
like
I-
time and place.
What I
I
would
think-
tell my daughter, because she'd be like, I've got boom, 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 back to back. I said, as soon as that's over, I was like, look at your schedule. I said, as soon as that's over. So now you're looking forward to it. And no matter what, okay, once I get through this next thing, this is coming and it's break time. And she did that. And she was just like, oh, it was so good. I'm like, see, I told you. But it's something about knowing that even if you can't take that break now, if you've got a set time, it's going to happen. We just can power through a little bit longer, because I've got it. It's coming. And I said, no matter what, I said, do not backtrack on it because then you'll tell yourself the next time you'll be like, oh, it's not going to happen. So I said, really, really try to stick to it. I said, even if it's only half a day or, even if it's only 4 or 5 hours, I said, please schedule that in so that you have that thing to look forward to. And she did it. Because when you're in school, it is the deadlines and every teacher is like, they're the only teacher. No offense, Barrett, who used to be a teacher.
That's okay. I never heard
every teacher is like, we're the only, it's almost like they know that you've got all these other classes. I don't know why they do this to kids. I was there. I remember.
Shay, did you have something you wanted to say?
Oh, I was gonna say, I think it also has to deal with how you plan. Because as a college student and a tutor and a mentor in college, I realized that most students don't properly know how to plan. So they don't plan their studying out, they don't plan their breaks. So they feel like I can't take a break. But you feel like you can take a break because you didn't prepare properly. So like when you don't have things as hard, if you're looking like, hey, this is when my schedule is coming, because when your tests are coming, you're supposed to, it's not a syllabus, right? So just saying that, like, for sometimes it just takes living through it and going through it, right? Because like made that mistake my first year, my second year, by my junior year, we had bi-weekly hangout times that were mandatory. We were watching the movie twice a week, no matter what. Why? Because this is our break time. Yeah, we're going to study afterwards or we'll study before, but this 2-hour window is there and we're not breaking it. So it's more one of those things that I would just say for the college students in there is it takes time, but if you go and you start to prepare beforehand instead of when the test comes, it's just so much easier. And
I agree with that.
like me, your junior year, you'll know your freshman year or your sophomore year, because the sooner you learn it, the easier college becomes.
Yeah, I feel like I just learned that because I just booked a meeting in February. Like last week, I booked a meeting in February for something that's due at the end of March. But it's okay. Me too.
I'm gonna clip this part of the thing to show for all of my kids.
Can I say one real quick thing to Zara? Because Zara always gives like the behind the scenes of why agents do what they do. Can I just say for the 3 to 4 hours thing, I know it's annoying, but the thing I think that is again accreditation. And that when you're planning your syllabus for the semester, you have to justify the number of hours that the student will have to work to achieve what the accreditation says they require. So that's what that number comes from. That's why you hear that, is that we had to figure out how many hours it might take someone reading X number of words in a book, doing X number of time. Does it equal that for some stupid accreditation? Because that's what the business school or whatever the school is you're in like requires to stamp it on your way too expensive diploma. So whatevs. That's all I'm saying. Don't hate us. It's not the professors. I'm telling you, it's not. It's like much way higher up the pay grade of people who are making that decision.
Oh wait, were you a university professor?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was working on a
for
PhD.
some reason,
I have 2 master's degrees.
For some reason, I thought you were like a young child, like an
No.
elementary school teacher.
No, I have a master's of finance, and then I have an MBA. So I taught business classes. So I had business students, and then I was doing a PhD in finance. So yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I like math. So I'm like the weird author with math.
The one who likes
because math, right?
Yeah,
here.
see, yes, that's right. You know math. See, so
right.
like, come, you know, we got.
And the rest of us are what are numbers?
Right. Well, I see all the Authortube joke is like when people are like, "Wait a minute, do the math," and I'm always sitting in the audience like, "Oh, this hurts. This hurts." Like, I'm always like,
do I type it in the chat, or if I get it too fast, will that be wrong? So I'm
Same.
And then if it's like 5 wrong answers, then I'll like type my answer.
Same. I'm like, I don't even care. I can't. Here's what it is. Here's the answer.
Because like, I don't know how it is for you, Barrett, but it's always interesting being the business person among solely artists.
Yeah.
So like, the artist and the business person versus just the people who are just artists. Because even when I was a developer, like being a business person versus a developer, because most developers aren't around people. They talk to computers, not humans.
Right.
In business, we talk to humans. So I'm like,
yeah.
Talk to people. And so I'm like, is it that way for you too?
Yes, because one of the things I used to do in business school, one of the classes I used to make the kids do on a Saturday was I had an improv group come in and teach them how to be like humans, like how to be like not nerds, and especially my finance kids. Oh man, those kids were.
Oh man,
they needed to see daylight. I was like, we gotta do some things.
Like finance and accounting are definitely the developers of business.
Yes. Yes.
Wonderful.
So, yes, all of that. So yeah, sorry, Charliee.
I love having my math people in here. So yay, because y'all are so important. Because the rest of us can't. We're like, what is that? And thank you guys.
Yes.
I'm always nervous because
when we're talking about the like 4 hours for classes, I was like, but even if you take 7 classes at 4 hours, that's only 28 hours. That's not 40 hours a week worth of work. So it's not a full-time job. Technically, like I was doing it in my head the whole time we were reading those comments.
But it feels like
it does. It feels like it, but it's totally not. Right?
Yeah. I'm dying at Gwenna the Winna's comment because it was a little bit like that with some of those kids. Learn how to touch grass.
So I went to a very prestigious high school, and at this high school, people like when I say like prestigious, I'm not like people had this mindset that you had to work all the time, that you could never stop. And you'd be like, oh, let's hang out. And they'd be like, okay, let's go study. Or you'd be like, oh, I'm about to eat lunch. And they're like, no, I've got to study. Or you'd have a free period. And they'd be like, yeah, I'm studying. Do you want to come and study with me? But it's because of the pressure. There was a lot of pressure. So teachers used to sit us down in class. And then they'd be like, okay, we're going to close our eyes and we're going to meditate for 10 minutes. The first 10 minutes of this class, we're going to sit down and we're going to meditate and we're going to relax. And they'd like walk us through the health benefits of just trying to like not think about school for that 10 minutes. And then also at the very beginning of the day, we'd also have like drop everything and read or like move, because when you're studying all the time, all you're doing is sitting down. So to try and get us to like, I guess, work. But yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
I like
that's a mindset that a lot of us had going through high school, because we were raised to be that way. Like, you don't playtime. No. It must be. You must be always.
Play when I'm not at school. Like when I'm at school, I'm here to work. That's how I was raised. So yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
I'm not here to socialize.
Me personally, I wasn't trying to do homework at home. So if I can get it done while I'm in this building,
That
hey, your girl,
Yeah.
I get home.
part.
I'm
You
down
got
to
it.
book or a TV show. The girl is not trying to be doing quadratic equations at 7 o'clock at night. It's not a thing.
Mm-mm.
All right, we're at the last 15 minutes. Are you guys ready to do whatever you want to do?
Yes.
Yes.
Whatever you want to do. Oh, she's got the.
I'm ready.
Where's my
socks.
crochet?
I love it.
Oh, Nia, check out Sid's comment when you put it on break because that's a good one for you. What's giving you your glow?
Oh.
Oh my gosh, I don't drink anything but milk, water, and tea. I'm so boring. Water. I drink tons and tons of water.
Okay.
Oh wait, for a second I thought you meant milk water. You drink
No, but I will.
Milk water. Water.
I don't know what.
Oh,
No, that doesn't.
Milk
good.
water. I'd go to the
I was
Google.
like,
Oh,
we
really?
need to have a conversation. Wait a minute.
What is milk water?
Is it skim milk? Is that
No,
what
Yeah,
milk
I
water
don't
is?
know.
I like milk in my tea though, but I
too.
don't drink soda. And I'm gonna yuck everybody's yum, but no, I don't drink soda. I don't drink alcohol.
We don't
I'm
need it.
very
Super
rare
boring,
on
but
those
water
two
will
things.
hydrate you and keep your skin from don't have a lot of wrinkles. Water, it's water. Sorry, that's so boring.
It's okay. I don't drink
The
enough
truth is
water.
what we
I
need
really
is what
should
we
drink
need.
water.
We need the full regimen. If it's water, tell us so we can drink more water.
Yeah.
It's water.
We need the truth. If it's more
I
water,
drink tons of water every day. It is water.
I am trying to get up to the gallon a day. I don't know how people do it. Like it's a lot of work to get up to a full gallon to me.
Because you have to go to the bathroom all the time. You just lose
I want to sit down.
10% of your day is gone.
It is, but hey, it's so good for your body. Water is good for everything in your body.
It is.
Do you drink tea? Because I want to know if my water can count as tea.
Yes, tea
Because
does
all
count.
I've had today is tea.
Yes,
Nothing else.
It does
Totally
count.
counts.
It does count.
Totally counts.
Okay.
Totally counts. You heard that
Good.
from a fitness instructor. Your tea does count, but don't put tons of sugar in it.
Oh.
I use
Well.
honey. Now it might be a lot of honey, but it's still honey.
Yes,
Mm.
yes. It's just take care of yourselves and drink your water, and you can have all your other things. All right, guys, let's dance or do whatever it is that you want to do. Here we go. We're knocking things over.
Was I the only one who lost sound, or did the losing sound happen?
No.
It was just
No. I lost sound too. Like it was like
Yeah.
and then I saw the comments, and so I thought
Yeah,
maybe she had muted herself or whoever had muted her.
Yeah, I was confused if it was Nia who had the music or if it was you, Barrett. Because
I came on after it was silent. I only have one copyrighted free song, so I only have like one to play. So I just played that until like it cut off. I don't know.
Yeah, so if you're on StreamYard but you're not using Chrome, you can't. It won't share sound.
Got it.
Oh.
Okay. Learning new things.
You know what?
So how long did everybody? Because I was on Chrome,
Yes,
or was I?
I don't know.
I did do that, Eva. Yes.
Well, I didn't know if y'all were sharing computer sound or if it was sound from your computer. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
like,
it
and
was
then
from
you
my
muted
computer.
yourself so that we couldn't hear it anymore.
Yeah.
So what I was gonna say is, if you want, I'll send you a link to some copyright-free music that I have. I have like a slew, which isn't just mine, but like it's out there.
Love.
Ooh, Zara, I like that song
thank you.
too.
Yeah.
That's a good one to get stuck in your head. I know. It's a good one to get stuck in your head. There's a
Can I
baby
say
in my
a real
house.
quick thing, Nia, to the people in the next stream? So I think I see Maggie here. I see Grayson. I know you guys are going to join us in the next stream. But if you would do me a favor, wait in chat, because I just did the head count, and we're going to have, I think, all the hosts for a brief moment in time except Margaret. And so I got to make sure I have enough space for everybody. We may have to like cycle people through. So hang out in chat, but then join us as soon as I say, hey, it's time. So
All right.
That's exciting.
Sorry to be unorganized, friends.
No, that's fine. Because we're a little bit over. So that's okay. Do you guys want to go ahead and do your outros? I had a good time. I hope you had fun. Sorry that the music got cut sometimes because I'm going through Chrome, but I think my other thing is on StreamYard, so they might have been like, hey, wait a minute. So
yeah.
Like you're not streaming from Chrome. What are you doing?
Nia, thank you so much for having me. This was so fun. I loved getting to hang out with all my friends. Yes, yay! And we have to, you and me, we have to talk more.
We do. I agree.
My name is Ashley B Pedigo. I write for children and young adults. I'm a singer-songwriter. I host productivity sprints, or whatever you need to do sprints, over on Twitch at Ashley B Pedigo, and you can also find me at Ashley B Pedigo over on Instagram, where you can watch me make pasta or socks or pretty much everything except what I'm supposed to be doing, which is writing.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kashay. My channel is Shay with the Hobbies. I write short stories, poetry, and the occasional blog post. I stream my channel on YouTube and on Twitch. I'll probably be streaming late tonight for a little self-care Sunday after the writing retreat wraps up. So, see y'all there if you got time. Thank you for having me. This is awesome.
Love having you, Shay.
Hi, my name is Barrett Laurie. I also write Kidlit over on my channel. I talk about that mess of a journey, so come do that with me if you want. PGL is every second Thursday of the month. And then there are other things, but I can't remember them now. Oh, Thursday, Lisa Phipps Starfish interview. That's the thing. And then there are other things, but I can't think of them. It's been too long of a weekend. Love you all. You're amazing. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
And my name is Charliee. You can, that's my name. My name's Charliee. And I am an authortuber here on YouTube, and I post videos about writing and journaling and sometimes crocheting. And sometimes I live stream, and that's me. And thank you so much for inviting me onto this stream. It does not feel like an hour when you're talking. Oh my gosh.
know, it doesn't.
It was an hour and I
It
was
goes
like,
so
what?
fast.
Flash.
Yeah, so thank you so much. And thank you, Barrett, for starting up this whole retreat. It was
Hey, yeah.
so
This
much
was
fun.
wonderful.
Amazing.
It's a blast.
All right, and you're on my channel. I'm Nia the Vixen of Fiction, and this is Loki who wants to perch. He does not want to. So he's gonna perch. This is his thing. It's like he knows when I'm about to be done, but what he doesn't know is I'm about to join Barrett. So we're not. He's about to be really mad at me. Thank you guys. I'm a writer of historical fiction,